So I think it was extraordinarily upsetting because people want to be able to look to America to lead and to guide and to role model. And I think it's the role modeling in particular which is so upsetting. When we saw President Trump refuse to acknowledge that he would accept the outcome of an election, of contesting the legitimacy of mail-in ballots, groundless claims, baseless claims, allegations of fraud that just simply are lacking any evidentiary base. It's all just deeply upsetting and puzzling. How is it that America has ended up in such a dark and dire place? Remember, it was just last week that President Trump refused on television to say, when asked, that he would accept the results of the election. And he came back very squarely to the same set of allegations. And people are watching this and they're realizing it wasn't just a statement that he made once. This is really a president who is attacking the legitimacy of mail-in ballots. And remember, those ballots are vital at a time when people are concerned about their health, legitimately so. The virus is out of control in at least almost half of American states. So people don't want to take the risk of standing in long lines and worrying about getting infected with COVID-19. And a president who just doubles down on his attack and refuses to very squarely say, I will accept the result of the electoral process. Vice President Biden said he would. But President Trump did not. So no, I think that the headlines are very real. They're reflective of a deep level of concern. I think the biggest thing that they take away is that this is a president who is not going to play by the rules, and he's not going to play by the values, the set of values that are shared in the transatlantic community in particular. But I think in terms of international issues, one that really stood out was when the Vice President Biden and President Trump talked about climate. And here is a value and a collective problem that Europeans can only achieve a solution to if they work with the United States and if they work with China. And if the United States and China don't work together, the prospects for a very serious coordinated solution, which is absolutely necessary, those prospects diminish an extraordinary amount. And what we saw last night was Vice President Biden very clearly outlining his agenda for climate change, for achieving net neutrality. The contrast with President Trump, the moderator said to President Trump several times, do you believe in climate science? Do you believe the experts? And he deflected and he deflected and he deflected, and eventually he conceded marginally because he had no other choice. So I think it's very clear to Europe that the stakes could not be higher in this elections for what is arguably the most important issue at the international level over the next 10 and 15 years.